Hey guys, this is Renee. Today I want to show you a really sweet and simple card I made just using 5 colors of ink and a sentiment. So it's really easy. So I'm going to show you with 2 different techniques, and it's 2 different stamp sets, 2 different cards. So first I'm just cutting my card bases. I'm going to have landscape top folding cards. This is just an 8.5 sheet of 11. I'm cutting across. And here, I decided while I had my Fiskars out, I was just going to go ahead and score the cards as well. So I do that for both. And you see me smooth down the edges there. That's just because the blade's a little bit past its prime and I need to replace it. But I'm cheap and I don't want to. You're going to see my head a lot in this video, and I apologize up front because every single one of those butterflies that I stamp, yeah, my head is in the way. But I thought I had played with the idea of not uploading this video, but I decided I took 20 minutes to film it. The video's not 20 minutes. That I was just going to post it anyway, so forgive my head in advance. You're going to see it a lot, so sorry. Alright, so I'm just unsticking some painter's tape here, just to ensure it doesn't peel off the card. I'm just taping down the card so that it's going to stay steady and not pop up while I'm stamping. So here I'm just showing you the colors of ink I'm using. It's Close to My Heart Pear, Canary, Sorbet, Pixie, and Lagoon. So it's just a rainbow of colors, but it's kind of a muted rainbow. It's not traditional rainbow colors, because I don't have traditional rainbow colors, and I kind of prefer the softer, I guess it's not softer so much as it is less bright. So that was just me lining up the butterfly stamp, and you can see, oh look, there's my head. So I put a really thin line of pencil down, and I'm going to stamp along that line. I'm starting with the middle color, because then I can stamp the other ones around it. I know that I'm not going to run out of space if you start with the middle images. If you're using an uneven amount, there's my head. So as long as you're using an uneven amount of images, stamp the center one first, and then stamp the next one out, and then the next one, and you'll always have them lined up. So I'm stamping, this is Pixie. And I can't remember, I think I put it to the right. No, I put it to the left. Okay. So again, I'm just stamping that, and all I'm doing is, I know that these are relatively large, so I'm putting the wings right next to each other. If you had a smaller stamp, you could space it out. The next card, I do space them out. The next card is actually kind of a no stamp technique, and you could use no stamps at all. So stay tuned for that one. So here I'm just stamping Lagoon. And I really like that color. It's a nice vibrant color. I'm just stamping some of the ink off on a paper towel, and then I'm using the Close to My Heart stamp scrubber to clean off my stamp. You can use any stamp cleaner. This right here is Canary. And again, I'm just stamping that, but you can't see. So basically, I'm just lining up the wings, and I'm putting the bottom of the butterfly along that pencil line. So make sure you clean out your stamp between each use, because otherwise you will get ink transfer. Which I did have actually at the very beginning of this project. You can barely see it, but underneath that middle butterfly, when I had tested the stamp, there was a bit of blue ink left on the stamp. Alright, so my stamping the butterflies is done. I'm just erasing that pencil line now. And this stamp set, by the way, this is the, where is it? The Butterfly Notes by Catherine Pooler. This is one of the box of, this came in the Stamp of Approval box. And this is a really great stamp set. You can see there's lots of butterflies, lots of thank you sentiments. And then you should be able to buy this soon, not yet, but soon in Catherine Pooler's store. So the way it works is you buy the Stamp of Approval box. You kind of get everything up front, kind of like Simon Says Stamps, their Masterpiece box. So you can see here I'm just lining up the stamp. This is the thanks. So I'm starting with the end of the sentiment, just so that I can get it lined up. And if you want your stamps lined up properly, you'll also stick your head in front of the camera. But I'll know not to do that in my next video. So here I'm going to line it up, again I'm lining it up along the pencil line. And then I'm going to exchange out my thanks sentiment for the A Note to Say. But yeah, so these Catherine Pooler sets, you can get the stamps in advance by getting the box, or you can wait until they come out. You can purchase them in her store. Her store should open the end of August sometime. And so there I am. I just stamped a note of thanks. Now, the other way you could do that is just line it all up on your stamp block and do it all at once. However, you cannot get the thanks quite as close. So I'm just saying right there that if you wanted, you could add some Wink of Stella to that butterfly to make it pop a little. Or if you wanted, you could kind of fussy cut one butterfly for the center and put it on top. But I wanted to keep it a simple one-layer card. And this card takes no time. You can get this card done in, I think this one took me like 7 minutes. Yeah, they're quick. This is the second one. Okay. So I really kind of like this card. It's a similar idea. I'm going to use the exact same colors. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. Sorry, guys. Late night. Alright. So what I'm doing here is, I'm just cleaning up actually. My desk is a total mess. So I'm opening my ink pads, one by one. So again, I'm using the exact same colors, and I'm going to start with the middle one. And you'll see me, I try to use my index finger first, and I'm like, I don't really like that. By the way, I hate the feel of, like, ink pad on my finger. Like, I don't like it. So this might creep you out if you do it, but it looks really cool. So there I am stamping my thumbprint in the center, or as close to the center as I get. You'll see this is kind of a fun and whimsical card. You don't need to be perfect. So I'm going to stamp the exact same colors, and you can actually see me stamping these because my head's not in the way. So I'm literally just pouncing my thumb. I'm pressing onto my thumb there. With the ink, and it creates a bold image. You can actually see your fingerprints in these as well, as long as you don't put too much ink on. And this right here is the green color. I think it's pear. I can't remember. And I just said it a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's pear. And this right here is the sorbet. And again, I'm just stamping this to the left. I moved over a bit too far. You can see my spacing is not equal. But when I put the face on at the end, you're going to see it really doesn't matter. So here's my last one, and this is Lagoon. And this one stained my thumb for a few hours. Just thought you'd want to know. So now I'm going to move on and do the little face. So this is the Create a Character stamp set from Your Next Stamp. And all you need to do is ink up your little face. You're going to see my head get in the way again. So you're going to ink up the little face and stamp it onto each of the images. I didn't bother to stamp it straight. I just stamped it on because they're a little bit crazy and whimsical. So you're going to see me do that now. Well, you're going to see my head in the way while I do that. So you can see, like, by looking at the images, I did tilt the faces so that they weren't all straight. And essentially, that's this card done. I do add a bit of Wink of Stella, which you'll see me. Oh yeah, and I did stamp the exact same sentiment. You can see how the thanks is not quite as close. And soon I'm going to put that Wink of Stella on. You don't have to do that, but I just thought it needed something. Another thing you could do, their eyes, you could color the insides of them white. I didn't bother because, like I said, I just wanted this kind of fun, whimsical thing, and I didn't know where my gel pens were, so yeah, they're, they have green eyeballs, pink eyeballs, whatever. And that's pretty much it. If you guys like this card, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to have more videos for you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.